It's time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What is going on, faithful? It is absolutely incredible to be with you as always. I'm your host of the 49ers Rush Podcast, John Chapman. And, I wanted today, rookie minicamp is underway. And so all those draft picks that we've spent so much time on, diving into their tape and their film and all those things, they start to come to life. They start spending time with their position coaches. That's kind of rookie minicamp is, I don't know how to say this. It's not even close to practice. It's just, it's fish camp, right? I've talked about this before. It's just a walkthrough. That's really all it is. There's no full pads. There's not even full team. There's only 40 players out there. That's it. We have the 24 players that are signed, whether those were undrafted free agents or the draft picks, the 9 draft picks that we have. And it's just working with position coaches. Like Kyle Shanahan didn't even coach yesterday. Like, does that just to put this into framework? It's getting together, learning terminology, starting to work with your position coaches and some of the coordinators and things like that, and it's just getting familiarity before minicamp so that they understand what's going on. And it's also like I love individualized attention, right? As a teacher, as a coach, as a player, it doesn't matter. When you get that one-on-one kind of time, that's time to develop relationships and kind of excel because, let's say I'm coaching defensive line. I'm like, all right, we're going to work on a swim move. We're going to work on some hand combat drills. We're going to work on, fire off, get off, all these things. That's great. What you need to work on might be different than player B, which is very different from player C. And again, if we've got, 12 defensive linemen working out on a drill and only 1 to 2 coaches, you got some quality control guys out there too, but still nobody's getting individualized, focus. Yesterday, Chris Kusarek, he had 2 defensive linemen. That's it. So he gets to work with those guys and kind of build that up, which I'm excited about. Oh, what's up? 49ers George. John just bought my plane tickets to Mexico City. Whew. I'm excited, man. We have been working ridiculously hard. The 49ers Rush team. There's a lot of us. It's not just me. That's not what it is at all. Here is our schedule. This entire episode is going to be kind of going towards rookies, but we got to talk about this. The schedule's out and we're traveling like crazy. We got 8 road games that we're going to. 49ersrushroadtrip.com. Again, if you want to get tickets, every road game, we're throwing a party the night before the game. And we have 4 additional games that we're doing a full VIP weekend party together, where, we're putting out an itinerary, we're staying at the same hotel, tailgating, all those things. We're doing all that. So again, if you want to take part in those 4 games that we're doing the VIP kind of weekend thing, we're doing Chicago, we're doing Denver, we're doing Carolina, and then we're doing Mexico City. And then of course, Las Vegas on New Year's, which is just going to be bonkers. But yeah, so we got you. Working with my good man, Dave Fanucci. And so, we're VIP roadie, and all this information is on the website, 49ersrushroadtrip.com. That's what that's going to be. And it's going to be fun, man. We're going to have a good old time. And I appreciate you, George. Yeah, I'm starting to get into tickets and buying all that stuff now. Most of our time is, all right, let's find a hotel. Okay, let's see. Where's our Saturday night venue? Okay, let's build out a thing. The Cubs and Giants are playing in Chicago. Yep, we're definitely doing that. We're going to party at Cubby Bear. We're going to do all these different things. It just takes time. So we start at week 1 and we kind of build our way out. And so everybody's like, hey, where do I get discount hotels? Well, we're working on it. It takes a lot. But it's all good things. It's all positives. So let's jump in. Let's talk rookies. We got numbers. Ooh. Rookies got to pick their numbers. Now, some of this will change, could change. But man, numbers are so important. As a coach, it was my least favorite day of the year. Least favorite day, because all the kids hated each other because they all want the same number and they're going to fight over it. It just caused problems. And so you would do seniors down, captains, starters, whatever else, but it was always going to be conflict. NFL's a little bit different. And, we don't get that. It doesn't come out, to the public as much. But here are the rookie numbers. We got 2 14s. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, he got 14, and so did undrafted free agent Leon O'Neal is 14 as well. Again, a lot of times you'll have the numbers double up because, again, there's 90 players on the roster. And so this is relatively normal, not that big of a deal. It'll get kind of worked out once you get down to your 53-man. Some of the numbers change. Ty Davis Price, third-round running back. 32. We're going to hear from him today. He picked 32. Big-bodied Ricky Running Waters, baby. Cornerback Tariq Castro Fields, 36. All right. Quantrez Knight, undrafted free agent DB, 43. Jeremiah Gimmel, linebacker, 47. Donovan West, undrafted free agent center, 61. Nick Zakelj, who we're going to hear from in a little bit, one of my favorite players in this draft, 63. Spencer Burford sticks with 74. That's what he was at UTSA. Danny Gray, the speedster, the wide receiver, who probably had the best day, according to David Lombardi of The Athletic, who was on hand at Ricky Camp. He picked 86, which is interesting. And then Kalia Davis, he's, the defensive tackle. We'll hear from him. Party animal, kind of life of the party, Kendrick Bourne type personality guy. He went with 93, which is interesting because John Lynch had a quote. We'll talk about that one a little bit later. And then Drake Jackson, by far my favorite. My favorite rookie, my favorite player in this draft class by a wide margin, the highest priority one, right? Is the first guy that they took. He went with 95. And if you watch or have watched, we break down every single play, offense and defense all year on Patreon, and it's the best way to support the show. But if you watched any of our breakdowns last year of the defense, I couldn't even say the guy's name after a while. I just had to say 95 because I didn't want to be disrespectful to a guy's name. And so I'm so excited Drake Jackson to pick 95. I'm excited to see it on film as a positive. It's been bad for so long, whether it's Tank Carradine, whether it was, Contavious Streets, it just hasn't been good. And so 95 is like burned into my eyes in a negative way. And I really, really hope that changes. And I hope Drake can change that. So I'm very, very excited about that, man. Shache, I love it, man. Yeah, he even put up there, like, yeah, I know how happy you are. There's a dude. I really am. I am, man. I don't like it's a rough line. Some podcasts don't mind crapping all over people for whatever. If I say something negative about somebody, it's for what they did off the field usually, or if they're just, continue to show they're a terrible human being, Ray Lewis, Ben Roethlisberger, these types of people that are just horrible humans that have no position in our society. At least they shouldn't. It's sad. But then there's guys like Dante Johnson, who's incredible, an amazing man, and who is a great teammate. And I hope he's a coach very soon for the 49ers. I'd love for him to start coaching this year. But he's awesome. I hate saying bad things, but I got to watch every single film and give my analysis of the play. And so it gets hard. It's hard to constantly see negative plays. And Dante Johnson's gotten way better back-to-back years, just not as an outside corner. Please don't ever play him there again. But yeah, with Contavious Street, it was hard. The worst run defender of any position at any level the entire year, according to Pro Football Focus. And according to my entire analysis watching that play, it was bad. It was so bad every single time. It was so bad. And, as soon as they moved, what's it called? Eric Armstead inside and started taking his snaps away. Guess what? Fred Warner returned to All-Pro Fred. So, you kind of take that for what you will. That's the difference it makes. That's the difference it makes. And another interesting move yesterday, Vic Fangio, baby. Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, should have been 49ers head coach under the Harbaugh years and all that stuff. He was on hand at rookie minicamp, not coaching, just observing off to the side. And this one's big because, again, D'Amico Ryans almost got a head coaching job last year. He turned it down. Basically took his name out of the hat. It's probably going to happen next year. If the 49ers have a decent defense, and good gosh, I think they will have a very good defense this year. Top they're a top 5 candidate defense. If that safety position and the nickel slot position can solidify at all, you ain't got to worry about the defensive front. There's so much depth there. You don't have to worry about linebackers. There's so much depth there. Don't have to worry about outside corners. There's so much depth there. It's just, again, that number 2 safety spot in the slot corner. If those two things get figured out, it going to be special. Could be special. And if that happens, D'Amico's probably gone. I would absolutely love and adore Vic Fangio to step in as the defensive coordinator in that case. I prefer D'Amico. I love what we have right now. Not trying to say that, but we kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We got to look forward a little bit. And man, yeah, I understand Vic Fangio, traditionally ran a 3-4. In today's NFL, it's a relatively easy switch. It really, really is. It's not like everything is multiple. Everything's multiple. So it's not a big deal. Vic Fangio could step in right now and call this defense. I'm just going to be real with you, okay? So let's jump in. Let's do this, man. Let's hear from the rookies. We had the rookies come out, and we're going to hear from 4 rookies today. Drake Jackson, Ty Davis-Price, Nick Zakelj, and Kalia Davis, who I'm pretty excited to jump into his film this week. Now, again, let me just say this. I'm taking my seniors on a trip to the East Coast. This is like my last hoorah as a teacher and saying goodbye to the kids for a week. I'm so excited. Taking them to New York and Boston and all that stuff. It's going to be incredible. I'm so excited about it. But I'm not going to be doing live shows unless, I get home and or get to the, hotel late at night and got some energy. Maybe I'll jump on the cell phone. So my audio people who I love and adore, I'm going to probably release some older shows, some like nostalgic rank best players, coaches, something like that. Just so you have something. But bunch of content is scheduled for release on YouTube, smaller kind of short stuff. So I think I have like over 18 videos scheduled to release on the days I'm gone. So I want to keep you guys busy. I'm not going to leave you out in the rain, wondering where I am. So, just trying to make sure Twitter's going to be taken care of. Got you guys. But if you want that, again, my audio listeners, I love you all. No matter, even if you're not on YouTube, that's okay. But if you want some extra content, that's where you're going to find it. Just type in John Chapman on YouTube or 49ers Rush. We'll pull up right away. All right, here we go. Let's go to Drake Jackson, the number 61 overall pick, the 49ers' first draft choice. When he got selected, and man, it's hard not to like this kid on the field. It's hard not to like this kid off the field. He's a clean prospect now. Listen to him talk about him and his dad when they found out he was going to be a 49er.
It's actually been one of like the most blessed things I've ever, been through. I was just walking through the halls, man. I had to call my dad. I'm like, man, it's just like crazy to, I don't even know, just to, be standing right here in this spot, in the San Fran stuff, man. It's just I don't know, I can't really explain it. It's a beautiful, blessed feeling, man. 21 years of life, doing everything I did, just for this. So.
What do you say to your dad? What do you say?
Oh, man, we always just, chop it up normally. It was like a family call, so, I was just telling him, like, him and my closest friends that just got drafted too. I'm just telling them, like, man, it's crazy. Each and every minute, every second, it's just like, man, yeah, who would have thought?
He goes on to talk about how his dad was a Raiders fan, but now his dad can't stop listening to E40 Bang Bang Niner Gang. It's so that's the most played song on there. And so, yeah, like it's so cool. He just comes across as humble. He just turned 21, young, and gets to develop into something special. I love the fact for him, right? Obviously, 49ers fan through and through. No doubt about that. That's who I am. It's who I'm going to be. But I love players too. And you grow these relationship with them, even though it's one-sided usually. But like the idea is this, like DeForest Buckner, I freaking love. I pull for that dude all the time. He's not on my team anymore. I want him to be successful. And, you listen to Drake Jackson talk and it just gets exciting. I mean, this is a kid that's easy to root for. I watched the game with my family, and my 13-year-old will always ask the question just because he knows me. Michael, he'll be like, "Oh, is he a good dude?" Because he knows, like, I know all the trash and all the good stuff on all these players, and I'll be like, hey, "Yes, he's a great dude. He's a great guy." Or I'll be honest, like, "No, he's not a good dude. He's not." Yeah, he's terrible, dude. And like that weighs for me in how I see these players. That's just me. I can't, you know, eliminate the human element of this. And with Drake, you don't have to. And in fact, you embrace it, and it's exciting. Now, you know, one of the things that's great about Drake is he's a team first guy. He said it so many times, how team first, team first, team first. And USC was awful, man. It was so bad. Whenever I break it down, there was one play that I was breaking down where they had him in man coverage out wide, man to man with no safety help. And it was like a tight end or something along those lines, but he was split out. And the tight end ran a fade. And he's freaking backpedaling in coverage. He didn't complain. The pass did get completed on him. And actually, the coverage was pretty good until he transitioned. It got bad. Kind of like Ambry Thomas's issues the start of his rookie year. But like they used him incorrectly. They messed with his weight, messed with his position, all that stuff. And here's him kind of talking about where he's going to play weight-wise, because he's been as low as 240 in college, as high as 275. So where is he going to fit weight-wise on this edge class?
Really, I'm just on in right now. You know, I can weigh as much as I want, as long as I, you know, I say as long as I'm putting out the same amount of talent and being big. You know what I'm saying? So being able to be big without losing anything. So any weight that, you know, that I'm good at for that, then that's what I'm gonna be at.
And you look at him right now, which I think he said he's around 265. And so eventually he said, you know, 260, 265, that's kind of his target. He doesn't have bad weight on him. Now it could get better, but yeah, he's not an out of shape, bad weight guy. But again, there's a big difference when the NFL weight room gets a hold of you and the other players start working with you. And that's one of the things that I thought was awesome. The question was asked, man, about Bosa. And this kid is humble and excited and hungry. This is him getting the opportunity to work with Nick Bosa.
He said, "Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the squad." You know, and watching him, the whole D line, watching them hunt. Like I said, man, I cannot wait to go get out there with those guys and just turn up with them. Yes, sir.
Nick is so technical.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to just pick his brain as far as the small hand details and that kind of stuff?
For sure, I want to text him that night, draft night. You know, just figure out pretty much the answer to the test. You know, you got that guy right next to you that's been doing it. You know, and his brother, he can learn from his brother too. So it's like goes down all through. So it's like I get the answers. So you know, I definitely want to learn and try to stay behind those guys that been doing it. And Eric Armstead, he freak too. So yeah.
And so, like, again, just you don't fake that, right? Like, that's one of the things that comes across. One of the hardest things about doing, the draft evaluation from afar is you don't get to meet these players. You don't get to meet these kids and talk to them, see what makes them. He's authentic as hell. Like, I'm around students and stuff all day and have been my entire life, players. Like, you could tell the ones that fake it. You can tell. That's not a person that's going to fake. Like, I tell some of my students, don't ever be a criminal because you'll get caught. You can't lie for anything. Like, it's just not your skill. That dude, he's one of them. Like, he's too real. It's just what he is. Oh, I love this, Carson. Have any 49ers fans that are students? Yeah, of course I do. I'm in Los Angeles, so not a whole lot of them, but yeah, they're kind of all over the place. Most of them are quote unquote LeBron fans, so they just kind of follow different players around, and Chiefs fans or whatever. You know how it is. But yeah, there's some good students that are 49ers fans, of course. And so yeah, that's there as well. Love this, John. Love the scheduled videos. Love the scheduled casting. Yeah, it's fun getting all this stuff ready. Oh man, I have not even thought about this, but man, this is a home run take right here from Rick. Drake looks like Bobby Wagner to a T. They look identical. I want to look up some pictures of Bobby and put some screenshots out there. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. And yeah, him and Kinlaw were in Crocs. Yeah, I'm not a Crocs guy. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a Crocs guy. So yeah, grown men wearing Crocs, shake my head. I'm with you. No, it's not me. It's not me at all. What's up, Mariah? How you doing? One of the best people out there. Love it. Yeah, I love this. The only grown men wearing Crocs should be Croc. Yeah, Eric Crocker. And I'll say this, I've been messaging back and forth with Crocker the last couple of days, and he's going to be hitting up quite a few of these road trips with us. So, it's not just me. It's not just Wade Breezy, but Eric Crocker's going to be out there as well. I'm going to reach out to some other positive 49ers podcasters that, I think will bring some positive energy to the community. We're going to be there. And again, people ask all the time, like, okay, well, what does this, if I come out to the 49ers Rush road trip, well, what's that entail? Here's what it entails. Okay. I should probably do a better job at this. You get a t-shirt, right? And again, limited supplies. And so usually what happens is, I bring about 70 t-shirts out for each event, as much as I can pack in my bag. And then when those are gone, they're gone. Some of the events we have, 70 to 80 people. We've had one as many as 200 people showed up, but you get a t-shirt. We do trivia. We're going to broadcast live at every single event and Q&A, all that kind of stuff. And then we do giveaways like nobody's business. And so what this does is it gives us money to reserve a space in a crazy, hostile, Philly, Chicago, all these different places, Denver, Seattle, Las Vegas. We reserve a place for us. And so that does take money, unfortunately. And so that's kind of what it is. Tickets are $35. And I promise you this, if you go to an event and you don't enjoy it, I will pay everything back and then some. Keep your shirt, keep your prizes, keep all that stuff. Don't care. If you know nothing else about me, community, people first. That's why we do this. Community and people first. I don't give a damn about profits. A lot of these parties, I don't make money. I don't make a profit. But it's worth it to me to provide the space for people to get together. And so if that's something you want to support, hey, we got you. 49ersrushroadtrip.com. Go ahead on there. And again, you go to the event, you don't like it, no problem. I got you. We're here to build and repeat customers and building the community. That's what it all is about. That's everything that we're trying to do. So hopefully that makes Mariah, here we go. She was partying with us out there in Vegas. She's incredible, man. You will have an amazing time. This is from Mariah. John and his wife put together an awesome event. If you can, it's a must do. Just come check it out once. You won't be disappointed. At least I don't think you are, because most people that come, they all come back. Cover the Panthers. They don't appreciate you. I cover the Panthers. I'm good. But thank you, why Big Jordan. That is awesome. I do appreciate that. I've been asked to do podcasts for other fan bases, and I was like, man, I'd rather just do, an extra, 5 shows for the 49ers than to split it up. It's just kind of where I'm at. I think I've told you guys this before. I've said it once before. I got offered a pretty handsome gig to cover 2 additional teams for a big time media, not like ESPN or something, but it was pretty close to 6 figures, and they wanted me to stop doing this. And I said, no, thank you. They were going to pay to relocate the family, way more money than I make teaching for sure. And I was just like, not interested. I really appreciate it and all those things. And they flew us out to interview and all that. It went really, really well. It's just, I got to be true. Yeah, I don't know. I did this because I love this. I understand there's some shows out there and some podcasters out there that do this for a living, and, they don't mind switching teams and things like that. And maybe one day to get to that, I don't know. But man, I'm telling you, right, like, I'm doing what I love, and I want to keep pursuing that. I don't know. That's where I'm at. All right, let's go to our second rookie. And I love this kid. Running back Tyrion Davis Price, TDP. Was he taken too early? Probably. Does anybody care where Jerry Rice was taken? Is this kid Jerry Rice? No. Does anybody care where Elijah Mitchell was taken? No. Anybody care where Debo was taken? No. If he's a player, great. If he's not, all right, then let's talk about it. Then he goes into the Joe Williams category, right? He goes into, Trey Sermon. We'll have to see what that looks like. But the one thing you cannot say about this dude, mentality, check. This dude, I posted a couple of these clips on Twitter, and I had several people DM me and message me. Dude's got Marshawn Lynch mentality. It is just like very matter of fact, bully, and just, hey man, it's what it is. And I think the self-awareness, he's 21 years old as well, but he just had his first, I think it's his son. He has a child. I think it's his son. Anyway, this dude, he plays, his body's huge. The way he talks is big. And so He understands his role. And they asked about pass protection, which, again, if you haven't seen any of my breakdowns on him on Patreon, head over there. Yeah, it shows very, very well. Here's him talking about pass pro.
Well, you can't pass protect, you're not gonna play. So that's like my mindset. Like you say, like for like with a linebacker, deliver the blow. Don't wait on it. Go attack him, punch him in his mouth. And just play football.
He's talking about pass pro. Go punch him in his mouth. I just did the Arkansas tape, which I put up on Patreon, and he put 3 linebackers on the ground in pass pro. Did you 3 linebackers, 1 game on the ground in pass pro? And again, the fact that his mentality is punch him in the mouth in pass protection, it's different. He's so damn big. He's a big dude, and they asked him. I didn't cut this clip for you guys. Juan Solis cut these clips, by the way. I didn't load this clip. Juan Solis, the beautiful Juan Solis, he's great. I appreciate all that he does for this show. He's incredible. And again, he'll be at some of these hangouts. That's worth the price of admission in and of itself. Juan Solis is the best dude I've ever met. He's incredible. Listen to Ty Davis Price on this one. Been a champion his whole. You want mindset, you want mentality, you want manifesting, whatever the hell you want to call it. Listen, I don't know if it's arrogance. It's not like Jalen Ramsey talk, all those things, but it's not I don't know. Listen and let's talk about this.
Yeah, yes, sir. Champion. I've been a champion all my life. High school, all levels of my life. So that's what I expect. So I'm just excited to come and be a part of that. Yes, sir.
You guys won state titles in Louisiana?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Yes, sir. Track 2. Yes, sir.
What events did you do?
I ran the 100, 4x1 and 4x2 relay.
You can pick on Danny Gray now?
Danny Gray? We'll see. We'll see.
What you run the 100 in?
My fastest time I ran 10.6.
What weight were you at?
I was over 230. Yeah, I was in high school. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Oh, I've been a champion. I'm going to be a champion. Been a champion my whole life. It's who I am. It's my mentality. Oh, yeah. They asked him if he go to race gray. Yeah, I'll race gray. I love that. It's positive vibes, man. That's all I got to say. And he, again, just the idea that he wants to, it's competitive nature. If I play my son in checkers, I'm beating his ass. That's just all there is to it. I'm not going to let up. Whenever he was 4 years old and we were playing checkers, I beat him every freaking time. Chess, Tom played chess, beat him every time. He stalemated me once. I was very proud of him that day. But if you're going to beat me, you're going to earn it. There is no go easy on me. There is no, it's a mentality that permeates who you are as a person. Not so much because I beat my 4-year-old in checkers. No, it's teaching him, you got to earn it. Do you want it? Do you like this feeling of losing? Okay, let's improve. How do we get better? Well, we got to keep playing, son. Let's keep playing. Look how many checkers you got now. Okay, awesome. This time, dad has, 6 left instead of 7. You're getting better. You're getting that's what it is. And so it's coming through. Even whenever he talks, it comes through the film. It comes through just who this dude is. And so, yeah, I'm just saying, man, I like it. I like it. And I'll tell you this. Do you think that TDP, Ty Davis Price, heard all the 49ers complaining about that pick? You're damn right he did. You're damn right he did. And being overlooked and how, it was reach and all that stuff. How do you respond? How do you think this cat responds? Do you think this cat's like, oh, bummer, I'm not in the right headspace? That's Dante Pettis, right? And again, not trying to throw shade at Dante Pettis, but he had all the talent, he had all the skills, just wasn't right up here. Why do draft picks fail? They fail because they go to a bad team. They fail because they get played out of position. They fail because they don't have work ethic, right? They fail because mentally they just weren't strong enough. Mental toughness. Oh, man, it's huge. It's huge mental toughness. This kid, mental freaking toughness, check. That's just what it is. And one of the things that he was asked, what is it that you think people overlook about you? He said speed. This dude ran a 4.48. He's playing at 220 pounds.
I say probably overlooked a little bit, but they can overlook all they want, but I'm going to be going down the sideline. Yes, sir.
They can overlook all they want. Man, some people win you over. Some people win you over. And I'm excited. I'm telling you right now, the mindset is there. He's 21, guys. He's 21. Thank you, Shot Jay. He says, like the show, like, subscribe, Patreon, baby. Oh man, yeah. Speaking of Patreon, I'm so bad at these things. I need to do a better job. We're hanging out tomorrow. We got our Jerry Rice tier Zoom meeting, where we jump online. I share the Zoom thing with all the Jerry Rice tier Patreon members. We jump on for an hour. Wayne Breezy's going to be joining us this week. Going to be a lot of fun. We got so much to talk about. Schedule. We got draft picks. We got position battles. This is going to be one of those ones where we're gonna go over. I can tell you that right now. By far one of the best times of the month. And so it's just an absolute blast. The best way to support the show is Patreon. The best content that you're going to get. I was, how do I say this? I was trying to do some research. And so I was like, man, how can I do a better job of Patreon? What else are other people putting out there for different fan bases and whatever? And so I was like, yeah, let's do some research. So I just started typing in Packers. Okay, what do they got? Oh, wow, they don't have anything. Okay, Cowboys. Okay, what do they got? Okay, they got a couple things. Yeah, we do that plus more. Okay, what about this one? What about this one? And it was just holy freaking cow. Nobody's doing what we're doing. No credit to my own. Everything that we do is somebody shoots me an email. John, love the show. Would you do this? And every single time the answer is, I can try. And it kind of works out that way. So what we've kind of developed over there, just credit to you guys. Credit to Sid. She's the absolute best. Woohoo. I'll bring the wine. That's right. It is BYOB. Bring your own drinks, all that stuff. And yeah, man, it's just fun, man. So if you haven't joined us, come check it out. Come check it out. Support the show. Even if you, whatever, it's the best way to support the show. All right, let's go over. Let's go to another rookie who I'm a big fan of. The 49ers have this measuring system called the gold helmet guys. Talanoa Hufanga was one last year. They didn't draft one gold helmet guy this year. They just didn't. The guy that they said was the closest to a gold helmet guy, that's who we're going to talk about now. Pick number 187 at the top of the list. 6th round pick, Nick Zakelj. And he is a quite interesting draft pick. One, he's a freaking absolute statistical genius, which I don't know if you saw the clip. I didn't put this one on here. I want to focus more on 49ers, where he broke down Barry Bonds because he already has his master's from Fordham, which again tells you a little bit about this guy. He already has his master's, and it's through business analytics and how he breaks down all this advanced data in baseball and Barry Bonds, and how Barry Bonds' season was one of the greatest ever. And he can tell you why statistically and all those things. Now, what's he going to be doing for the 49ers? What do I want him to do for the 49ers? I want him to play center. Whether Alex Mack comes back or not, I want him to play center. He was asked that very question.
I'm excited to kind of have the opportunity to play wherever I can, wherever the team needs me. I think that I haven't really talked extensively with Coach Forrester about it, but I think that's something that Mr. Lynch and Coach Shanahan mentioned to me on draft day. So I think that kind of whatever way I'm able to be versatile and kind of help the team, that I'm open to.
Yeah, versatile is exactly what this guy is. He can play all 5 spots. He played left tackle almost exclusively. He had 27 starts at left tackle, 7 starts at right tackle, and at the Senior Bowl, they moved him inside. Senior Bowl, he struggled day 1. Senior Bowl, day 2, not a little bit better. Day 3, all right, started to look good. Day 4, the game, just trajectory up. This is a long-term developmental prospect that probably will not be playing this year. But the potential is there. And goodness, we went through all these things about why rookies fail. And one of them was mental toughness and all that kind of stuff. I think we can check that box here.
Well, obviously, I think that's a big reason I went to Fordham, is that so I'd be able to have a nice backup plan of football kind of when the game was done with me. And so I definitely think that there's a lot of opportunities that would have been available to me through the Fordham network or whatever. But something I always wanted to be interested in is kind of with my business analytics degree, kind of and a lot of the data kind of on the up and up in sports around something, working through, whether in the kind of analytics department for either football or kind of baseball, something I'm really interested in too, just because it's not as random as football. There's a lot more controlled variables. I think those kind of advanced sabermetric stuff, I think that's just something that's really interesting to me, kind of like the Moneyball, all that kind of things. So it's something that I like to keep open.
Yeah, it's so again, I mean, dude jumping into sabermetrics and all that stuff, like you can tell. And yeah, Fordham's a very low quality football program, but I did the whole breakdown on Nebraska, and dude didn't have any. There was no doubt who the best player was out there on that field. There's no doubt. Him and Cam Taylor-Britt. Those are the two that actually stood out to me the most. But he controlled those Nebraska guys with ease. And then again, at the Senior Bowl, right? That's the idea. Not only was he finally going against competition that's NFL quality, he struggled big time, but he changed position and he kept getting better. In 1 week, you saw the improvement in 1 week. We know that the 49ers love these Senior Bowl players because they get to see them again on an equal, playing field. And I think that translates. Debo, right? I mean, goodness, how many players on this 49ers team played in the Senior Bowl? I should look into that and get that list compiled. So yeah, I'll work on that. Now, this is huge for Nick Zakelj and probably the other 49ers. He was asked a question about Alex Mack and what he thought of him. I don't know. Let's read through the lines here a little bit.
Yeah, I think definitely kind of watching guys like Alex, especially growing up in Cleveland and being drafted, I believe it was like 2008. So I kind of been watching him since I was very young and kind of being able to see those great Browns O-linemen, him, Joe Thomas, Mitchell Schwartz, just kind of really being able to kind of see how they are able to affect defenses, kind of move guys point A to point B, and just kind of being able to kind of just hear secondhand of how Alex was able to kind of take the game in and kind of what he was able to do. So I think that's something it would be great to be able to learn from someone like that.
It'd be great to learn from somebody like that. Almost like Alex Mack is coming back. And that may have been talked about with, I think Alex Mack is coming back. I really, really do. If he wasn't, I think you would have already said it. I think he doesn't want to go through camp. And I think we'll get an announcement right after training camp. That's just my idea. Now, the good news and the bad news. I do not see Nick Zakelj getting meaningful snaps this year outside of an injury. And if that happens, at least you have him there. This is a developmental guy. Now, he's a little bit older. He's 20. He's going to be 23 at the start of the season. I think he's 22 now. But this is a 3-time team captain, a 3-time All-Patriot League. Well, all right, Patriot League. It's not the most competitive out there. But at the same time, man, you've got to look at this like, okay, what could he be? And here we go. David Hasselhoff, he says, I think West is the future at center, and Burford is better to me as well. I don't care if all three of them, if Burford, West, and Nick Zakelj all play center, I'm happy. I just want to plan there. And so allow those guys to fight it out. None of them are top-end draft choices. None of them went days 1 or day 2. I want guys fighting for that. And I think the 49ers have built this competition at so many different spots, especially interior offensive line, to where, hey, man, we just need one. Let's say Nick Zakelj doesn't work out. Let's say Donovan West doesn't work out, but Burford does. That's a huge win. That's a huge win. And so you take it. I want the competition. Meritocracy, baby. Who wants it? Go get it. I'm just having a pretty damn hard time betting against Nick Zakelj. That's what I'm saying. This is not the Dallas Cowboys draft class where you got rap sheets and academic issues and whatever. That's not what this is. 49ers George, my man. Thank you for the gift, man. Oh my gosh, look at this. Just bought 2 Mexico VIP pre-party tickets. Thanks for making these sorts of things happen. Been wanting to go to Mexico City since Patrick Willis and the boys were there. My wife is super excited. That is freaking awesome. Thank you so much, man. And like, I'll say this, we're working. So Mexico's a different place. I'm so excited to be there, but we're making sure all the stops are pooled on this. We're going over the top for this one, guys. You got to. You just got to. How often does it happen? And so, man, we're we're going to be in the Roma district, which is super safe, very happening place. Lots of bars, restaurants, staying in right downtown, finalizing a deal with 2 hotels. Got to see which one gets us the biggest discount for you guys. And here's another thing about these things. Let's say you buy tickets, it's $35 or whatever, or you buy like the full weekend thing for $49. We're saving you guys like $70 a night with the hotels if you book through us. I don't have any kickbacks, and I keep telling them whenever I'm talking about, I don't want a kickback. I want it cheaper for the people that book. And the whole idea is, you guys book with us, you get cheaper rooms, maybe a little bit of that money you throw back our way buying tickets. It's a win-win. That's what it's about. And man, Mexico is going to be a blast. We're working on because you don't want to stay by the stadium, not the best area. Very similar to kind of LA and Inglewood area, right? That's the idea. So we're staying in the very nice area, and we're chartering a bus to take us to the game, tailgate for the game, take a bus back. So you don't have to worry about if you're concerned about any issues down there. We're taking care of all those. You don't have to do anything. You just show up. We got you. We'll take care of you. So thank you, 49ers George. Excited to hang out in freaking Mexico. That's going to be freaking awesome. I'm so excited. 49ers Rush Road Trip. Go get your freaking tickets. All right. Couple other comments that I'm seeing through here. Appreciate all the positivity here. Man, I freaking love it. Yeah. Jason said this. He looked like a beast at the Senior Bowl. He struggled a lot. Again, you watch the days 1 and day 2. You're correct. You go back to the game. Very positive. Very positive. So again, you're grading on a trajectory scale. And this Nick Zakel's pick 187. He's a 6th round pick. By definition, he's a project player. Do I think he's going to start? No, I don't think he's going to play it all this year. You develop him. And the 49ers are developing a little bit of a history of redshirting these guys. So that's kind of what we got. I love this. Do I have a twin that lives? I do not. I do not believe. I don't know a Sean Chapman, but I'm sure he's awesome. Now, let's go to our last prospect we're going to be talking about today. And again, this is another guy we're not going to see this year, and that's Kalia Davis, defensive tackle out of UCF, 6'1", 302. And again, he picked number 93, baby. 93. This is DJ Jones. When they drafted him right afterwards, John Lynch said, he reminds me a lot of DJ Jones. Listen to Kalia Davis, and he's a personality now. He's pretty fun. I'm excited for this guy to be around for a while just because he brings a lot of energy to the podium. So this is him talking about John Lynch comparing Kalia Davis himself to DJ Jones.
That's a great compliment, and I feel good after him saying that. But I'm not trying to mold myself after him. I'm trying to into this game and just kind of pave my own way. But like when John Lynch, a legend like John Lynch is saying something like that, and DJ Mills 30 million, I got like it kind of makes me feel good.
Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah, that 30 million, that spoke that spoke answers to it. It moves things. But Kalia Davis is weird. I'm just gonna be real. His game tape is weird. His story is weird. His personality is weird, and weird is a compliment. Not trying to be disrespectful. That's not just different. The dude played linebacker, stand-up linebacker in college, and transitioned to DT, and he hasn't been there for very long. That's not normal. And they asked him, like, what was difficult about moving from, linebacker to DT? Because it just doesn't happen often.
Really, I moved from linebacker to D-line because my body was changing. I was gaining a little too much weight, it was just the biggest part about moving from linebacker to D-line was just, getting in my stance. I was already a physical linebacker. So, once I got my stance right, I had the athletic ability and I had the physicality already. So just, getting that stance together, that's what really made me into the D-lineman I am today.
And right here, David Hasselhoff, what's up, man? Appreciate your work in the sand. He says, Davis looks small to me. Sorry, I don't see this one working. I hope I'm wrong. It's a role. What is his role? It's a penetrating defensive tackle with an ACL tear. The 49ers have drafted one player with a current injury the past 2 years, and it's Kalia Davis. They said they were really high on him. And again, why did they draft him? I'm not the biggest draft injured players guy. 5 defensive tackles are on 1-year deals right now. So this is going to allow, it's just a redshirt year. Won't count as a roster spot. Just basically, hey, we're going to park you. Get ready. Now, I will say this, David Lombardi of The Athletic, and he was talking about in his write-up on The Athletic that Kalia Davis was out there yesterday. Now, he wasn't doing individual drills, but he was off with the trainer getting physical work in with everybody else. So, like, he's already working. Again, do not expect this player. He tore his ACL in October, okay? So we're right now, what is that, 7 months out? So he's 7 months out from his injury. The earliest you come back from an ACL is 9 months. He's a defensive tackle. You're going to probably add another month to that. Best case scenario is probably October that he would come out, but you don't have to rush him. We have too many defensive tackles right now as it is. This is a long-term play that if injuries happen halfway point through the year, then he could step up. And he's a role player. This is not a 3-down defensive tackle. That's not what he is. It's a penetrating defensive tackle with elite athleticism for the position. Elite, okay? And here's a quick clip. Again, when they were asked, like, what's your best trait, Kalia Davis?
I want to most definitely be the most athletic. I like the fact that I kept that athleticism as I gained, weight, and I feel like that's the best trait, most definitely.
Yeah, that's just what it is. It's athleticism, and he's fun. He's a crazy project player. This is what I wrote in my pre-draft thing before he was drafted. Crazy project player that could pay huge dividend. Slices through gaps in the run game. Like he's good, and he offers some traits that you don't usually see at defensive tackle. He is not a 3-down guy. I don't think that's really what he is. But you just see things, and it's just like, ooh. And people forget DJ Jones was not good his first and second year. He got really good his third year. Then he was elite his fourth year. So they're replicating that process. He picked 93, the same number. The metrics are almost identical. I mean, they're very similar play tape, all those things. You just got to wait and see. Is he going to be DJ Jones? No, but guess what? DJ Jones wasn't DJ Jones. I don't know, man. I think you have to put things into context and understand, okay, what's the story? Why would the 49ers do this? What do they gain? All those different things. And I think that answers the question. So those were all the rookies that got to talk. We're going to be here more in the next couple of days. Again, I'm going to be out of town next week, but we got you covered. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. And man, as always, stay strong, faithful.